What's up, y'all? It's 2 o'clock Central Time, and I guess you know what that means. It's time to drop some gems on you. It's your girl, Miss J, coming to you. Hey. Live and direct from my kitchen. I bet y'all wondering why I'm in here in the kitchen today and not sitting in front of my tiger. That's because we got a very special guest coming today, and I'm so excited. So let me tell you guys a little bit again about what I do. Dropping gems. I work with children, teachers, parents, and small business owners in all aspects of early childhood education, focusing on these key gems: parent education, teacher training, small business development, and raising the standards and values within our communities, so that we can focus on bridging the gap that's inhibiting us from pouring into our children the correct way. So it takes a village, and today we will be talking to Sister Colette. She's going to be teaching us some stuff about canning and everything, right? So for all my parents who like to make baby food from scratch, so you could send it to the daycare, the child care, healthy, you're about healthy living, healthy eating, preserving food, this one is for you. And it's also a great way to bond and build and teach your children. In high school, they call it like home economics, things of that nature, when you're cooking and things like that. Well, think of it like home ec, things of that nature, right? You get to do all of this stuff and teach your child very important skills. And canning could also be a survival skill. So we are going to talk about that with Sister Colette. Let me see if I could get her in here. What's up, y'all? What's up? What up, KP Sauce King? Madam Angel? Yes. I wonder if there's a way I say that in French. Is it? Yeah. So let's wait. We're just waiting on our sister to get in here. But wow, I got a surprise for her too when she come in. So let me see where there she is. Yes, come on. Yeah. Oh, I said it right. Good. All right, hold on. Let's get Sister Colette in here. Let me get the music ready. Sister Colette, you coming? Bam! There she go, y'all.
Hey!
Yes.
Peace,
So,
sis.
what's up? Before we get started, y'all, I was in one of her classes on her live, and she was talking about something. I'm gonna let y'all know it later what she was talking about. But I said, what kind of pot is that? And she was like, that's not a pot, that's a pressure cooker.
Right.
Like, oh, let me tell y'all, the only thing I knew about pressure cooker was the dance. She was like, it's a dance? A pressure cooker? So I got a surprise for you. I'm about to play the song. You want to learn how to do the dance?
Yes, I want to learn how to dance.
That's what we used to do when we was little. Now, I'm telling my age now.
Okay.
So
I'm trying to learn because I'm terrible with choreography.
Well, I'm about to turn on the music. Hold on.
Okay.
Can you hear it? You hear it?
Yeah.
All right. Come on, y'all. We're about to do the pressure cooker. Pressure cooker dance. Go.
I'm going to the other room. It's too much.
Hey. Y'all bounce with it. And put your hands. Hey.
Sister Set this minute. Are you in somebody else's account?
Yes.
Hey,
Oh
y'all.
my God, that is so funny.
We got another meet up. What's up? What's up?
I gotta really practice that.
Yes. Now, when you make your pressure cookie dance, you got to do the dance with the pressure.
I gotta look it up. So who is it by? Who is that by?
It's a house mix.
It's by who?
You know what? I put the song on my page.
Okay.
On the reel. Yep, I did.
Okay.
When I was
I'm
introducing.
gonna incorporate that. You know what I'm gonna do. You already know what I'm gonna do.
Yes.
I cannot wait.
Yes. Y'all missed it. Everybody coming in. Y'all missed it.
We was doing the pressure cookie dance.
You was doing a pressure cookie dance. Y'all know nothing about that. You gotta get into it. Yes.
Oh my God.
Sister Colette here. Sister Colette, introduce yourself. Let the people know about what you do. I kind of introduced you already a little bit, so don't watch it, but go ahead.
All right. First of all, can you hear me well? Because it seemed like the sound went down. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, good. All right. Well, I am Sister Colette. I am your sister by nature.
Yes, love it.
And I really am. Okay, I am your sister by nature. And so, among many things that I do, okay, one of the things that I do that I'm known for on social media is canning. All right.
Yeah.
So it's food preservation. That's all it is. Just a way to get your food to last you for a long time, a year and beyond. Okay. Mm-hmm. And so one of those ways you can do that is by learning the skill of canning, or also known as jarring. And so all it is food in jars like this. I got some carrots here. I got some green beans here. All right. You process these in a canner. Okay. And it will last you a year and beyond. And you will use one of these type of quick canners. It's a water bath canner. This is a pressure canner. Okay. This is the pressure canner.
The pressure cooker. Yes.
All right. And that's what it is. That's what I do. I teach that virtually. So I teach people, usually via Zoom, kitchen to kitchen. You're in your kitchen. I'm in my kitchen. And we get it in. And I walk you through the entire process. So that's what I do.
Yes, y'all. And I love it. I've been learning so much, like I told y'all. I didn't know what pressure cooker was except for the dance until then. And I've been learning a lot of information just by watching her channel. And I thought it could be very, very useful for all my parents, especially parents who like to cook and preserve food and even make baby food for their children. I have a lot of parents who, when I'm working at schools, they don't want their child to eat the school food. They don't want their child to eat the food from the stores, like the jar baby food and stuff like that. They like to make it themselves. Right. So everything that she does, I was like, oh, let me get you in here and talk to my parents. Yes. So what got you into canning and to begin with?
Well, to begin with, so I'm not somebody that's been canning for like 20 years, right? You know how you see these people, you look them up and they be like, I've been canning for 20 years on a homestead. So that's not me, right? I live in this inner city. My kitchen is extremely small. I'm not on a farm, okay? None of those things, right? I'm just your average sister who has learned how to can. And I learned how to can being a member of the Nation of Islam. Uh-oh, I think I froze up. Hold on.
Yeah, you froze up a little bit. There you go.
All right. And so I learned how to can as a sister in the Nation of Islam. And so in the Nation of Islam, we have several training units, okay? So we have how to keep house, how to take care of your husband, how to rear your children, how to cook, sew, how to act at home and abroad. And so we were in our cooking curriculum, and the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is the head of our class, actually. And so he gave us the instruction to learn the skill of canning, master the skill of canning, practice the skill of canning. And to this day, we get a weekly reminder from Minister Farrakhan to can until we can't. So that's how I learned. And it's only been a few years. I think maybe about 4 years now that I've been canning.
Awesome. And it looked like, sound like, if I was in the kitchen, I'm pretty sure it would smell like you love it.
Yes, ma'am.
So let's get right into it. How can this be beneficial for parents?
So it's so many ways. That's a good question. So actually, I talk about many benefits, first of all, when I'm canning. So I could talk about some benefits, and then we can see how that ties in, right?
Okay.
So some of the benefits, okay, so one of the benefits are, you know exactly what's in it, all right? So that's like huge, like what you were just talking about. So there's no mystery of what's going on inside this jar, right? These are carrots, period, okay? I made them. I know what I added to them. Maybe I added a little salt. Maybe I added, some sugar to sweeten them. But I know exactly what's in it. There's nothing in there that I cannot pronounce. There's nothing in it that's going to be problematic to my children or my family that cause allergies or issues like that, right? So there's no issues there. Got my applesauce. I mean, whatever it is, I know what's in it. And I can see inside of it.
I'm glad you mentioned allergies, because that's a big one, and it's becoming even bigger inside the school system.
Yep.
When I was a child, I don't remember nobody being allergic to nothing. Now I got students, they allergic to strawberries, pineapples, bananas, grapes, and I'm like, what in the world is going on?
Yeah, there's been a
because they putting all that pesticides, the chemicals,
exactly,
and all that stuff that to preserve the food on the food, which is causing these allergic reactions or these chemical reactions and probably chemical imbalances in the body and things of that nature. And these children can't eat. They can't eat nothing. It's crazy.
That's a good point that you make, because sometimes we're thinking that it's the strawberry that you're allergic to, but it's whatever that chemical additive that has been put in there, and that's what we're not really understanding. So we say I'm allergic to milk, I'm allergic to this and that, but it is the additives that are in our food. So yeah, that is definitely one of the benefits. You know what's in here, no mystery. Okay.
So with that being said, you know how people be like, oh, we gotta put this additive into the food to preserve it, to keep it around for a long time. When you are canning, how long is that food good for with all the additives that you know that you're putting in? How long does it stay, and how good is it?
Now that's a good question, and that is like the number one. That's $1 million question, right? Because people want to know, like, okay, well, how long is it gonna last in that jar? So the answer is your food in jars will last you a year and beyond. Okay.
Ooh, that's a year and beyond. They put
a year and beyond, and I'm talking about beyond, right?
Beyond.
So what do I mean by that? So it doesn't mean when we get to the year, throw all your stuff away, or all of a sudden it went bad. It means the food is at its best in that first year. What do I mean by that? I mean that it's going to have its bright color, After the first year, it's possible that your food could actually, well, let me look at this one. This carrots I made. Okay, so I made these carrots April of 2020. All right. They're still extremely bright.
Yeah.
One of the things that can happen sometimes is texture can start to break down. So, they start to break down, get softer. These look still, I don't see anything so far. And then also the third thing is you could start to experience nutritional decline. So over time, your vitamins and stuff are going to start to go down. So those are the three things that are going to happen. Your color might start to fade, your texture will start to break down, and over time, your nutritional value will start to diminish. But it doesn't mean, boom, everything is bad, right? So years on the shelf, this food can last.
So it still sounds like it's still a healthier option than you want to go get a canned vegetable, some canned food off the grocery store.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Because I don't have, you go to buy tomato soup, or you gotta read all these ingredients before you find the word tomato, right? So it's like, I thought I bought tomato soup, or I thought I bought tomato sauce, right? Or I thought I bought chicken noodle. And when you open it up, it's all noodles and one little piece of chicken. They got you with the label, because the label is nice and fancy, and it looks like, oh my God, you look at the label, but there's no label to deceive you of what you're getting. This is what you're getting.
Yes. Oh, I love it. Don't y'all love it, people? Y'all just love it. Because
So
I would have thought naturally, I would have thought that because you're making it at home, it's not lasting as long as the stuff does in the store because it doesn't have all that added or whatever.
See what
right?
I'm saying? Right.
Yeah. But that's absolutely wrong.
That's exactly. I don't add anything artificial to anything that I jar at all. It's all naturally what it is. And it's usually very simple ingredients. Nothing extra.
Little salt, little pepper, little sugar.
I mean, yeah, a little
That's
salt,
it.
pepper, that's it. Yeah, whatever you want. You know, you can get fancy, of course, but it's nothing foreign. It's nothing astronomical that you can't pronounce the name of. That's what I mean by that.
Yes. Yes.
So that's one reason. As far as we can help parents, financial. Okay, so you save money. Okay, money.
Yes. Speak on it.
So what I mean by that is, okay, let's just say these carrots go on sale 10 cents a pound, right? Mm-hmm. And we've seen that before where it's like, dang, that's a good price, but man, it's gonna go bad if I buy it. You know, what am I gonna do with all them carrots? What am I gonna do with all them green beans? So what you do is you take advantage of food that goes on sale, you buy it in bulk, and you take it home and you jar lots and lots of jars that you will have a year and beyond. And you now get ahead of inflation. So when 6 months from now, when it's 50 cents a pound or $1 a pound, it doesn't affect you because you got 6 months worth of carrots stored up that you paid 5 cents a pound for. And if you keep doing that, you're never going to be affected by the price of food because you always get ahead of it.
So is there a particular, like I was taught that if you buy frozen food, fresh food is always good, but frozen versus canned is better. So can you buy frozen vegetables or fruits and can them, or do everything have to be like straight fresh?
So for frozen, you could, like, if you notice that, yes, the answer is yes, you can your frozen fruits or vegetables. Okay. Mm-hmm. And so sometimes people do that. Like, for instance, maybe you're harvesting and you're not ready to jar up your food right away. Like, say you grew tomatoes, right? And you harvest a lot of them, but you got to put them somewhere so that they don't spoil before you can them. So you could put them in the freezer, right? And then, when you're ready to can them, take them out and then go ahead and start canning, right? As far as, like food in the store where you could buy, your frozen vegetables, it could be done. But I would recommend you, if it's already frozen, just keep it frozen and eat it. It's already been preserved in the frozen bag, right? So I wouldn't say take it out that bag and then can it. I wouldn't say that, it's not necessary. But one thing I do want to point out when it comes to your frozen food versus your canned food, be careful when we're talking about long-term survival, because if we're in an emergency, like let's say a power outage, and your power goes out and you got all this wonderful food stored up in your freezer.
Oh, it's gonna melt away.
It's gonna melt away.
It's not gonna be good anymore.
Right. So we don't want to depend on that.
Long-term survival. You want to hear something funny? Now, look, y'all don't be talking about me, okay? I'm just being honest, all right? Miss J loves scary movies, all right? And she talking about all these cannons. I see the cans that she got behind her. But when you watch a scary movie and you in the middle of nowhere, what do they have in their little basement in dungeons?
Listen,
food. Oh,
if you know anything about
so much sense now.
If you know anything about The Walking Dead, because I'm a
that's my show, girl. I'm gonna have to watch that today. The new episodes.
Are you caught up? Because what season are you on? Because I had to stop after season 5. They was doing too much. It was getting crazy.
Oh, I am a Walking Dead fan. I am on the current season right now.
Really?
Yes.
You
gotta start watching it again.
Oh my!
In some of these scary movies and these episodes, it's some truth
Yeah.
And just hearing you talk, it brings new understanding into why you even see these certain things in the background. I'll be like,
Right.
why
Right.
we got eyeballs and fingertips and water in this canned food? Okay, because they preserving stuff for survival so that they can come and kill you. Yeah, that makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. It does.
A mess. But you're right. That is exactly what it is.
Yes. Yes.
You're working on your math.
Hey, I love scary movies, y'all. I love suspense movies. I love anything to make me think.
You know, I just
make me watch closely.
Go make space to sit or just sit there. I'm homeschooling as we speak, y'all. So
yes,
it's multitask around here.
Yes, y'all. Sister Colette is a homeschool teacher as well.
Yes.
And we be talking all the time about schooling, and she does a wonderful job, y'all.
Yes.
So tap in
Thank
with
you
her
for
on that
thank you for all of your help and your guidance in that regard, because you know, I still, you know, I would never call myself a pro at this. I'm very new at this. I'm in my 3rd year. Well, he's a 3rd grader. We started in kindergarten. So, but still very new. So it's,
you embedded in. You've been doing this for like 3 years. You're an old school teacher now.
No, it's a lot. It's a lot. So much more. You know, when I look at these mothers or whoever, these individuals, I have a sister of mine lives right down the street, a few houses down, and she has 6 children that she has homeschooled since birth. And she's homeschooled them all the way up to college. 2 are in college now, 1 is out, and so she has 3 more to go. That to me, that's a vet right there.
Yeah, she a vet.
But that's my go-to. She's my administrator. I call her my principal. So
there we go.
I got you as a teacher. I got a principal. Look, it's a community out here, right?
It takes a village.
And that's the name of my school. It's called Muhammad's Village. Yes. Because that is my mindset. You know, it takes a village. Like, it's not all me.
Yes, we all have to work together to do what's right and pour into these children the correct way.
Yes,
so I'm glad you mentioned the homeschooling, because I see the pots behind you. And then you mentioned you got your nephew with you. How does canning benefit you teaching, or that process of bonding? Because, you know, I always talking about building relationships with the students and teaching them. You can't really get through to them until you bond and build that relationship. So how does cooking, because I know it worked for me and my mama, y'all. Let me tell y'all a short story, just real short. My mama is grown, but she's handicapped, and we, like, a lot of the years that I grew up into like my womanhood, it was in college or away at school. What's up, Daniel? It was away at school. So she had a stroke when I was 9. Oh. And so a lot of that mother-daughter stuff that I got to do, the last thing that I remember doing with her was baking a cake for a bake sale for school, because we had to sell slices and stuff. We was learning about budgeting, and that was in the 4th grade. So even with me doing all of that stuff as an adult, now I'm coming around, I'm helping my mama, right? And then one of the ways we bonded was through art. I love art, but then cooking, because she loves to cook.
Wow.
Let me tell you, it was a hot, funny mess, because she a character, but that's a way of bonding. So
right.
I know that could be very beneficial for children. We see it all the time on TV, you know, the little culinary art stuff with people. So tell me, how does that work for you?
Yeah, so I'm glad you asked that question, because and I'm glad you shared that story, because it's making me reflect and see really the value in that, and getting better at doing that. Because previously, normally, you know, I'm more of a get out the kitchen type person, right? I'm just like, get out of here.
I understand. Me too. I don't want to know, because you know what? People be trying to tell you how to cook and do this, that. Everybody don't cook and do stuff the same way.
be like,
Yeah.
and plus, I like it. It's my piece, right? So sometimes I just like, people are like, you need some help? You want some help? Can I help it? I'm just like, no, I got it. Because it's actually my piece, right?
Yeah.
It's my time, right? So that's my thing. But, my grandson in particular, he is constantly asking me about joining in with the canning. And so I'm constantly making up excuses about, when I get time, or, you might burn yourself, you might hurt yourself, or, it's making it more complex than it is. And it's really not that complex with proper supervision, right? And so I think last week, look at how he's looking at me. Last week, I believe we made applesauce together. I said, oh, we're going to do this.
I seen those pictures. How did he like it?
He liked it. How did you like it?
It was good.
Yes.
Come on.
Here, you can jump on and show them what
us.
you made. Show them what you made. Here, squat down so they can see you.
Ooh, yes. Does it taste yummy?
Yeah.
Yeah. How did you like the process? What did you learn that was new?
Well, I can't remember.
What was the process? What did we have to do first?
We had to smash the apples.
Before we did that, we had to
Cut the apples.
Yes. So I had to peel them, and then you cut them. Yeah. And then he did wind up kind of cutting himself, not really where he drew blood, but I think the way his fingers were positioned, it kind of nicked his finger a little bit as he was smashing down, the little apple slicer thing.
Yeah.
But he was okay. We kept moving. I said, okay, you fine.
Yeah. You wiped it out with some soap and water.
Yeah, he was okay. It was a little slightly painful, but we pushed through it. And we know that happens in the kitchen, right?
Yes.
We pick ourselves. So there's no need for me to act like you can't injure yourself in the kitchen. Things happen, right? But I was supervising, and he just kind of nicked his finger a little bit. But so then after we slice the apples, what we do?
We cooked them.
Smash them.
Smash them, and then we cooked them, and then we
and we put
so
them in
you just taught me something new, because I would have thought you had to cook the apples first before you smashed them.
Mm-mm.
No. Oh, okay.
So
Look
we
at
had to remove the skin and what else did we have to remove from the apple?
I can't remember.
The core.
The core. Yeah.
Yes. So the seeds and the core, all that has to get removed, right? And then so then we cook it down, and as it cooks, it starts to soften. So easy process. It gets soft. We use a potato masher. And so that's a fun project, right?
That sounds like a project that I can even do at school with my students.
Exactly. And what you can do is you can allow it to cool. So you could cook it down, if it's an issue with heat, you could allow it to cool, get room temperature or whatever, and then allow them to smash it. Because what I did notice is we were kind of moving along quickly, and that applesauce gets hot, right? Yeah. And so I was like, you got to be careful. Don't smash it, because if it's smashed on your arms, it's going to burn. And he did get a quick little splash, right? And so that was a lesson I learned also, that the next time we do it, I will let it cool, or I'll make sure he has on long sleeves, because he had short sleeves on. And so I don't want him to be burning himself.
Yes.
Right.
So let me ask you, what's your name? I know you're the grandson. What's your name?
Terrell.
What's up, Terrell? Let me ask you, what made you want to why did you even want to learn how to do the canning in the first place? What made you ask persistently and wear her down? That's right, you wear her down till she say yes.
Yeah, he wore me down.
Well, I saw Quima do like a lot of canning, and I wanted to make applesauce.
So you was like, you do canning all the time. I want to make some applesauce. Was it yummy?
Yeah.
Ooh, how many cans did you make?
We made how many cans did we make? We made one, two,
maybe about 6, maybe. Because we ate some already. It's almost gone.
Okay, so you made about 7 cans, and you ate how many?
I only ate like a little bit. I didn't really like it.
Yeah, he didn't like it because it was kind of chunky.
Oh, so what do you think you got to do the next time you make the applesauce?
Less chunky.
Yes.
Yep.
Look at that. Look, we didn't did some math, some science, some comprehension. We did all type of stuff with this project.
Some problem solving, kitchen
some problem
safety.
solving, yes.
Some kitchen safety rules.
Hypothesis with that science.
Yes, right. So yeah, this was a chunky recipe, and but what you can do it how you like, right? So if you like it chunky, next time you can just smash it more. Sometimes I even put it in a processor and get it nice, really, really smooth. So it's really the texture that you desire. So next time we'll do it a little bit more smooth.
Yeah. You gotta tell me how your next batch of applesauce tastes, Terrell. Okay.
Okay.
Deal. I'm be checking up on you too. I'm like, you made that second batch of applesauce because you know what? You know what this could turn into? Guess what it could turn into?
What?
A business. It could be Terrell's applesauce, and then you sitting here, you making applesauce, and people like, dang, Terrell, this applesauce is fire, boy.
Right.
Awesome. And you be like, all right, $5 a can.
Okay, that's right. Right.
Yeah. Look at that smile. Look at that.
That's right.
Now
yes.
We just talk some entrepreneurship and some business. Look at that.
Yes, and that's what that is such a I'm glad you can go finish a little bit. That is so big for me. Like, the mindset that I'm trying to get in with this generation is, how we're taught when we were young. I know when I was young, it was all go to school and get a job, so you can work for somebody big, get great education so that you can get a job somewhere, for this company or for this person or that one, And so your mindset was always that your education was for someone else, right? Or your talents were for someone else, and you trying to seek out employment with other people. And so I don't even use the terminology job. It's just like business, what can you do for yourself? Like, just change that thinking. Like, this education is for you to do something for yourself. It's not for anybody else. There's nothing wrong with working for somebody else, but the ultimate goal is for him to be self-sustained. So I'm glad you did bring that up.
Yes, and it's just a whole bunch of learning mechanisms in that experience on top of you bonding together and building experiences.
Yes.
And it just goes to show how our children are watching. He said, he's seen grandma doing it all the time. And he just wanted to make some applesauce. So he was on it. And I commend him for that, because a lot of children will watch and they want to do it, but they won't say nothing. So I love it.
Yeah.
Look at you, Terrell. You go, boy.
Yeah, he was on me too. And he always, what are we going to do? He's the one that reminds you, when you keep saying maybe next week or maybe next time, and then he see next time and he's like, okay, this is the time,
Yep.
So, he will remind you.
They really want to be involved. I think that's
But I'm glad you
awesome.
shared that story, because I got to get a little bit better, sometimes it's just like moving my day, and it's like, I got to seize the moments of what's important, and like you said, that bonding time is definitely something like that. I was going to do it anyway, right? So why not use, and that's what homeschool is big on that. It's all about teachable moments throughout the day, right? So it's not all about so much, making time for it. Just the time is now. That's what homeschool is now, right? So thanks for mentioning that.
That's awesome. I love it. That just made me excited. And I learned, like I said, he just became the teacher with me asking questions, and he was teaching me. Right. And those are opportunities for us to understand how our children are learning, what they are retaining, what they are comprehending. And it's awesome. Yes. So thank you for that. I'm glad he was able to come on and tell us about his experience. Let's go on to our parents who does the thing for baby food.
So now this is the thing. Baby food is a little bit different, and I don't know all the ins and outs about it, but I did do some research on baby food with what's called the National Center for Home Food Preservation. So that is the actual official website for home canning. So it has all the official guidelines on there as far as what foods are safe to can, and the method that they should be canned, okay? So I looked into it, as far as baby food is concerned. So one thing that I did find out is you can baby food like your fruits, your applesauce and things like that. Here you go, a little cute little jar that you can put it in, right?
Oh, that's cute.
You can them the high acid foods. So that's like your fruits, okay? Applesauces and plums and cherries, all those things as far as their recommendation. And that's used with this method here, this little canner here, this big mama over here. Now, when we're talking about vegetables, like your green beans and peas and those things like that, those are low acid foods. And for low acid foods, we have to use the pressure canner. Okay. So what I found out the pressure canner. So what I found out is that they do not recommend you pressure can baby food. Okay. So what they're saying really is, they say that you can go ahead and, pressure can your regular green beans. And then when you're ready to have it for your child, do like some of us do, excuse me, like some of us do, and just process it, blend it up till it's smooth.
Yeah. So
they don't want you to actually go ahead and puree it and then process it. It just has to do with the, making sure that the bacteria is properly killed off in the food. So they don't want to take any chances with baby food, okay?
No, which is totally understandable.
Yeah, they don't want to take any chances with that. Yeah. But what they do is say, go ahead and process it like you would. And then when you're ready for your baby, go ahead and puree it. And then what you can do, though, is you can actually take these little jars and you can put your food in here and freeze it. Okay. And then when you're ready to have it, just take them out a day or two before, put them in your fridge or whatever, allow it to naturally thaw or however you want to do it. And then you'll have your very own fresh jarred baby food.
Look at that, y'all.
Isn't that amazing? That is amazing. So it can be done.
This is awesome. I don't know about y'all, but I am learning a lot. And that's awesome, because that's some news, that's some information that I can share with my parents who come in, who puree their food, and I could tell them about a new method. It might be a lot more affordable. Hey, you could do some canning, vegetables, and put them away, and then when it's time for you to feed your child, boom, put them in the processor, mush them up. Right. Because that's all the baby food is anyway. Yeah, it's mostly vegetables and fruit. And so with that information you learn from the canning process and all that you just shared with us, now it becomes, I can make my own baby food. I can do this at home. And it's the same thing. And it's a lot cheaper.
And, we've been seeing all these lately, different news coming out about the baby food, even like these chemicals that are added to the baby food. I don't know what's going on with that. That's kind of ridiculous, but I've been seeing more stories about the actual, brand name baby food having issues. There was glass added to it. Just, I don't know. I don't want to.
Glass.
Like fine particles of glass was being found in the baby food. So, you think you're doing the best thing for your child, and then there's still additives that's going on, because they have guidelines. Yeah. And when we do guidelines like FDA and things like that, they still allow a lot of stuff to go on. Maybe at a small percentage, but they still say, okay, we'll allow 5% of this problem to exist, So, but once again, you do it. You take control of what your child is eating by going ahead and jarring up food that you can have. You're gonna, like you said, save money. It's convenient. It's healthy.
And you know what's in it. You pronounce everything that you put in it.
Right. So there's definitely a benefit.
And it's healthier. Right. And then you could, I'm gonna even take it this far, because when we in early childhood education, when infants are being introduced to whole foods, we have to monitor them because of allergies. So at this point, because they only eating certain things with baby food, you don't really know what they are and are not allergic to. They have an allergic reaction or not. So a lot of times we have to keep track of what they eat, how many times we change them, poopy,
Yeah.
all that stuff, right? But in that, when we're introducing them to help the parent feel, relief and things of that nature, we monitor what they are eating and how much and what it is. Because if they do have allergic reaction, now we could be ready. Right. I feel like when you're canning or you're making your own baby food for your child, you could better monitor that. Yeah. And make sure that everything is okay. You might be like, oh, well, my child been eating carrots since they were a baby. Yeah. And now they eating carrots now. Now you know. Now you know. It ain't the carrots. Isn't it's like something? You said earlier. It's what's in that chemical. Right. Yeah, you're right. Exactly. That is definitely something to consider. And I hadn't really thought of it like that, as far as the baby food aspect, but the more I grow into knowledge on it, you're right on with it. Yes. So for everybody, we've been having so much fun doing this live, y'all. Is there anybody out there that has any questions for Miss Colette in the process of canning? I know some of you guys may have came in late. We talked about some of everything, how it could be beneficial for the parents and the children and the bonding mechanism, and just how we gave a live example of how it could turn into an educational process with children. And it's more than just about cooking, because it's science to it. I tell her all the time she a scientist. If y'all go watch her page, she be talking about pH, ABC, TFG. I was like, girl, what are you talking about? You learn too much. I'm not a science teacher, y'all. Yeah. I am the basics, right? And science has never really been like my big forte thing, but I did like chemistry. I did like putting stuff together and seeing what the reaction. I hated biology because it was just a little too nasty for me. But yeah, like when I'm on your lives, I hear you talking, and I'm like, where's she at? In the chemistry lab? What is going on here? So I have learned so much, y'all. And this is a teacher learning from another teacher. Yes. And it works. I took a lot of your advice, when it comes, we did a live previously, earlier in the year, and I had some questions when it comes to reading and spelling with my grandson. And so, I talked about, how he's, pretty awesome reader actually, but I had felt like I might have dropped the ball a little bit on spelling, so when it comes to him actually writing, there's a struggle there, right? But I pushed reading so much because, I just we've been reading since he was like 2, right? So before then, really, I would always read to him. And so he's just an early reader. And so now I'm like, I'm tackling the actual aspect of spelling, and now he's doing a more independent writing. And I'm just like, oh no, we got to deal with this, right? And so you gave me some techniques. One of the things that I've been working on, you talked about syllables. And so we've been really dealing with syllables now. We do the method, the clapping out the syllables of a word, I don't know, hamburger, 3 syllables, right? And so that, breaking down the word, in pieces. So that's kind of where we're at now. We've been dealing with syllables, and we're doing some mini spelling tests now. So you talked about the spelling test. So he is in an online program, and they do some spelling tests, and we practice them, write them 2 times. Yes. Definition. Yes. Write them 2 times, and then put them in a sentence. Right? Yes. I love it. So yeah, I did follow the advice, and it's working, and he is definitely coming along. I love to hear it, and he sounds like he just made me proud just a few minutes ago. I know he's fine, smart young man. That's what's up. Social and emotional teacher, mom, coach asks, does the food automatically ferment from canning? So when you say ferment,
See, I know that ferment is an actual style of preserving as well. There's actual fermenting process. That's an actual thing. So I'm not a fermenter. So I don't know. I don't know how to exactly answer that question when you say, does it automatically ferment? Because I know ferment is a category of its own. Mm-hmm. So I'm not sure how to answer that question. But what I will just say is how you put it in is how it will be. Mm-hmm. That's what it's gonna be. So green beans, like sometimes I'll just do plain green beans. I won't add anything. Sometimes I'll, give it a flavor. I think these are lemon, pepper, and salt. So that way I don't have to worry about seasoning them. When I open them, they'll be ready to go. But that's it. However I prepare them is what they're gonna be when I open the jar, when I'm ready to eat them. So,
okay, so let's take it back for a second for people who don't know what ferment means.
Yeah.
What does ferment mean?
And so that's the thing. I'm not a ferment person.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to give the.
Look, I don't want to go get my phone.
I know that. I don't want to. I don't want to incorrectly define it. I don't want to define it incorrectly. I mean, I'm a little bit aware of it. It has to do with allowing your food to sit for a while. I don't even want to describe it. Mm-hmm. But it is a preserving method, fermenting. But I don't want to even go there and say the wrong thing and be like that. That is not how you describe that. So I don't want to. I'm in my lane. I'm staying right in my lane.
It will be social and emotional giving us homework. What she got? You'll be giving us homework. Social emotional teacher, mom, coach.
Yes. Now I gotta. Yeah.
Look, I gotta get my phone.
But I do see people that do fermenting. And I'm just like, oh my God, I gotta learn that. Even the dehydrating, that's a whole field. People dehydrate food. I haven't tackled that yet, but
that look like it's a beast too.
It's a beast.
Yeah, it look like it.
It is.
Dry out food so that it could be good to eat. That's a whole question right there. Hey y'all, do y'all have any clothes? I said clothing. J1 clothing. I was looking at y'all, looking at you as I was asking, anybody have any questions?
This one. That one. Mm-hmm. I'm passing out homework assignments. Excuse me, y'all. Give me a second. We're working on even and odd numbers, and we're working on greater and lesser than values.
So this, awesome. Equal than, less than.
Yes.
Greater than. Okay.
Greater than, yes.
So it says fermentation is a natural process through which microorganisms like yeast and bacteria convert carbs, such as starch and sugar, into alcohol or acids. The alcohol or acids act as a natural preservation and give fermented foods a distant zest or tartness.
Yeah.
Okay,
that
maybe
ferment,
that's what you were saying. That's the flavor. Oh, okay. So you're saying however you can it, whatever flavor you put in, that's what you're going to get out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But fermenting, that is an actual process.
It sounds like a process.
It's a whole area, whole field. So
what I just
I'm going to try to tackle, the next on my to-do list is to tackle the dehydration. I plan to do that this winter. I don't know, but that's my goal, to learn and start practicing.
Hey, Sister Colette, I'm going to have to ask you to open up a grocery store.
No.
Okay.
No, that's not, no.
Grocery store. Mm-mm. You like, no, you're not going to the store.
And you know why I say no? That's not really my vision. My vision is more, because I get people, they be like, how much for your, for canning, they want, and I do canning for some people, right? I do have a price list, and I do it. But that's not really my joy and passion is teaching. Like, I love to teach.
Okay, yes.
So I'm more in the teaching area. So I love the idea of teaching others how to do it and then seeing them do it. And that brings me joy when I see them doing it.
So what I'm hearing is you're going to open up a canning school.
Is that what you heard?
That's what I heard.
That's what you heard?
That's what I heard.
You just hearing things.
Look, I'm hearing what I want to hear, right?
You are.
Hey. how to can. I'm a hands-on learner too, so if I learn it hands-on, I learn it quicker than me like watching videos or somebody explaining it to me and me trying to figure it out.
I mean, in a sense, I'm doing that because sometimes I do classes. Sometimes I did a presentation earlier this week, and I had about 40 people on that presentation. It was an introductory class, right? Mm-hmm. But it was a teaching class, you know. So I do teach people virtually how to can, and then some people will take an actual virtual class where we literally walk through the recipe together, and then we get busy and we actually pressure can something all the way through. So, because some people get a little nervous, they're like, "Oh my God, you know that thing gonna blow up," you know. And so I'm here
that would be me.
Yes, it's not gonna blow up. So I'm here to yes.
It says solve and compare, right? The correct sign. What is there?
Solve and compare, write the correct sign. Lesser than or greater than or equal in the box. Oh, okay. What they mean is you're going to add 10 plus 27, whatever that number is. Is it equal or less than 14 plus 18? So first you got to figure out what these two are. You got to add 10 plus 27. You got to add 14 plus 18. So do that first and put the answer under here. Then you figure out which number is greater or less. You understand? It's not hard. You just got to do it.
Yes.
You understand. You add them together and come up with the answer for each of those, okay? Go get some scrap paper and then do it, okay?
You gotta have scrap paper on deck.
Scrap paper.
I'm 35 years old, still got scrap paper everywhere. In the office, in the car, in the house.
Scrap paper is king. It's queen. It really is.
It is.
He don't like getting his scrap paper, but I'm like, get some scrap paper. You have to. Scrap paper is where it's at.
Yes, it is. If it ain't broke, don't try to fix it.
Okay.
If it work, keep it going. Yes.
We will grab anything and become scrap paper.
Scrap paper, exactly.
We will get a
paper everywhere. Yes, that's right.
I get a magazine, a back of an envelope, anything is scrap paper.
All right, before we get off of here, you said that you do teach people, you have had canning classes. If I wanted to join the canning classes virtually, what would I need to buy first in order to can?
Good question. So there's 4 major components to canning, all right? So number 1, a canner, okay? So get either or, but I say get both because depending on what the food is, determine which one you're going to be using. So This is called a water bath canner. All it is a huge pot with a top on it. And if you have a huge pot with a top on it, you can still can, all right? So
I didn't know that.
If you want to hurry up and get into it, get the biggest pot you got with a top on it and we can get busy. Or go ahead and get yourself a pressure canner, all right? So that's what you want to do first. Get a canner.
Yes.
I can't wait to look that up. Then number 2, you want to get your canning jars, okay? So I don't have an empty jar near me, but you want to buy some jars, okay?
Is it a certain brand or?
So the brand that you typically find in the stores is called Ball's mason jars, Ball's, or Kerr, Kerr, or Ball's.
Okay.
Mostly you'll see Ball's. They usually come in a case of 12. And they come in different sizes. So they will come in the little 4 ounce. They'll come in, this is, what is this? This is a pint size.
Okay.
A little bit bigger than the, and then this one is this is the half pint, excuse me. So 4 ounce, 8 ounce. And then we got 16 ounce. Okay.
Do they come bigger than 16 ounces?
They do come bigger. They come a quart. Okay. So, depending on your household or your need or what it is you're actually canning will depend on what size jar you're going to get. So
what about those big old pickle jars? Do they got like cans that big?
No, this is typically the largest size they recommend for you to use when canning because when it starts to get bigger, now we're dealing with an issue of making sure that we're processing our food long enough to kill off the bacteria that could cause your food to spoil. So this is the largest official size according to the natural.
And that was the 16?
This is the quart.
The quart, okay.
And this is the pint.
Okay, cool.
Right now, so yeah, you typically come in a pack of 12. You can get them like in a Walmart, Target, even hardware stores sell a lot of canning supplies, and you can get them online. But I would, when it comes to jars, I would really recommend you try to physically get them in the store, because the prices are crazy online. Even in the store, they kind of go up, but online it has gotten a little ridiculous. So try to get you some jars. Just start off with maybe the pint-sized jars or the half pint, and go from there. So canners, jars, and then you want to get you what's called a canning utensil set. And your utensil set will include things like your jar lifter. It will have your funnel. A few other things will come with it to help you get moving along the process. Okay. That's the third. So you need your canner, you need your jars, and you need some utensils. Okay. You can get these online. They're $25. I think I sell them on my website, so you can even get them off the website, but you can get them anywhere. Yes, on the website. So yes, canner, jars, utensils, and for last but definitely not least is a good old fashioned canning book.
Okay.
You must have a canning book. So when it comes to canning, it's not like, how we cook our food and it's like, oh, I like my green beans a certain way. I like them underdone or overcooked. You can't do that when it comes to canning. I'm almost done. You have to go by this official processing time that your canning book will tell you. Okay. And if it is an official canning book, this is a Ball's brand. I have 3, and Ball's is a very good brand to use. But as long as you can tell that it's an official, they're going to tell you exactly what type of jar to use. They're going to tell you which type of canner to use. They're going to tell you the processing time. Okay. So you don't have to be trying to guess. Everything is spelled out, but you do have to have a canning book. So that's it. A canner, jars, utensils, and a canning book. And
okay, y'all heard it. Okay. I had a question as far as so you said undercooked, overcooked, you can't do all of that. So is it like it would be just like how we go to a grocery store and get some canned food? You could always cook it some more.
Yes.
After you come out. Okay.
Yes.
Good to know, people.
So yeah, your jarred food is already, it's going to be eatable, if that's a word. It's going to be edible, right?
Yeah.
No matter the temperature. So that's another benefit of canned food. If you're in a crisis and for some reason you can't heat up your food, you can open this up and eat it, and it's going to be healthy. Even your meats. So you can also can meats. You can can beans. All right. So
that was my next question.
Maybe you got a jar of some, I don't know, chicken soup or some chicken. You could open it up and eat it. So like you said, like when you go to the store and they sell chicken in the can, same thing. You might not like the temperature, but in an emergency, you can eat it. So that's the thing about canned food. It's processed to the healthy point to where when you are ready to eat it, you can heat it up or not.
Awesome. All right. Now I tell the people how they can reach you, where they can find you, if you have classes and the dates and times, all that. Everything.
Okay.
Tell them everything.
Well, real simple. So if you're watching this live or you're watching this replay, I'm on Instagram at Sister Colette. So you can definitely come over there and follow me at Sister Colette.
Follow her, y'all.
That's my main page where I do most of my educating and promoting and stuff like that. At Sister Colette. I also do have a Facebook page. It's Sister Colette Muhammad. That's kind of my personal page, but I do post some stuff on there about canning. Then you can find me on TikTok at Sis Colette, doing whatever. I'm just getting started over there, so don't judge me. But yes, you can find me at Sis Colette. And I also have a YouTube channel that is just new in the works. The channel name is Sister Colette. So you can come over there and check me out and subscribe over there. Now, if you click the link in my bio, once you come over on Instagram, you'll see my website, which is www.canningwithcolette.com. And from there, you'll be able to see my mission, what I'm all about, and all the classes and products that I have available at this time. So there you have it.
Yes, y'all, tap in with Sister Colette, man. We learned so much just on this live alone. Having so much fun. Follow her. Learn how to can. I'm learning some stuff too. Look, you see, I had to. Most of these questions I'm asking you is for me because I'm like, I want to do it in person. So I might have to come to you.
Yes.
Like, over there, can you show me? Can you show me? But just in case,
yes,
I go give me a pressure cooker and a big pot.
Big pot.
Whole
Big pot.
mason jars. And can they buy? Okay, you say you had a website where they can get material.
If you have a pot like this, a regular pot, we can at least get you started on getting some stuff done. So
yes,
everybody got a big old pot somewhere.
Yes. So. Do you sell the book on your website too?
I don't at this time. Not at this time. So right now you could get the canners. These canners, not this one, but you can get these canners and you can get the utensils. I also have some of the ladles that you can use that help when we're scooping our food out. They have like really huge ladles. And I've got all the classes that are up and coming now through October. I do have my October classes on there. I also have a full canning presentation that you can purchase. So it actually walks you through the introductory side of canning. What canning is, how it works, all the many benefits. I get into many benefits of canning. What you need to get started, right? And so, yeah, it's a full, about 40-minute long presentation of canning. And then if you actually do purchase that, you'll get a discount for my actual virtual classes that you can use to get a discount on a class. So awesome. I do have that on there. So yeah, that's what I got so far.
That's awesome. Daniel said sometime in the future she's going to have her own book on a proper canning process.
You know what? Let me say
we just wishing all type of stuff on you.
Brother
right?
Daniel, look at
recipes included.
He just keeps going with this. He just keeps going with it. First of all, let me say this. I can't wait. One day, you know what, Brother Daniel, let me just say that. I be picturing myself sometime in the future, you know, I don't know, getting some type of acknowledgement, right? And you know how people be like, I want to thank this person and that person, right? And Brother Daniel is on my list of people to thank because I don't know what it is about Brother Daniel, but he'll say something and it's like, you know, at some point it comes into reality, right? Like even with the YouTube channel, like he will always be like, YouTube channel coming, YouTube channel. I didn't even want to do a YouTube channel.
Yeah. You do that. Shout out.
He does do that, right? He does that all the time. And so now he does something about a book, which actually I do have something in the back of my mind related about a book. So that's just giving me more energy to go forward. But yes, big up to Brother Daniel. And another thing about Brother Daniel, you know, just like how you talked about the village, right? You know, and just the community of one another, you know, and Brother Daniel played a big part, you know, in giving me a platform on his platform, or a space on his platform, I should say, as far as emergency preparedness. Yeah, he had a little segment on there about canning, where he allowed me to come on there and teach the importance of canning as far as survival preparedness. So, you know, we all helping one another. And so
shout out Bro Daniel. Yeah, I love Bro Daniel. He always showing up.
He's the king.
Talking, yes. And he is really good with children. I told him I'm gonna need him in my school.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need Bro Daniel.
I will need him soon too.
Daniel.
Yeah, I need him soon too with my son, my grandson, excuse me. I'll be needing him real soon.
Yes, he says one door closes out, another opens up. We are going to need our own authorities.
Yes, that's right.
Show you right, Bro.
Show you right.
Yes, y'all. Well, make sure you tap in with Sis Colette. We had so much
did.
fun. I just love it. I love you, girl. I love you.
I love you more. Thank you so much.
Y'all make sure y'all follow her. Thank you so much for coming on, dropping gems. I was so happy.
The gems was falling out the sky.
Yes, baby.
Falling out the sky.
You gotta grab them. I was having so much fun. I'm telling you, I can't. I haven't met
say bye to her.
I haven't met Sister Colette yet, but I can't wait to meet you in person. I've been meeting a lot of people in person, but you were one person on my list. I got meet and Daniel too. But Terrell, I gotta meet you too, boy. I gotta cook you some of that applesauce. That whoopie kid, I love it. Hey, you need to try to read. I used to like Mildred D. Taylor too when I was young. That's probably me. You know, Roll of Thunder, Hear My Cry, Road to Memphis. Mildred D. Taylor, I love her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a lot of her stories are fictional stories, but based on true scenarios that happened. So she wrote about her life as a child.
Okay.
In a fictional book, but it was based on real stories
about
stuff in Mississippi. So I got family in Mississippi. So that book really resonated with me.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So I love it. You know, it's kind of give you an insight into some of the stuff that our people went through back in the day in our history. So I love that book. I used to
wait. What's the what is that? Is that the author or that's the name of the book?
The author name is Mildred D. Taylor. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, so I like that. I don't know if you like scary books, but I used to read R.L. Stein too. All the Goose books and Fear Street.
R.L. Stein.
Yeah. So yeah.
He's reading these and he's and Harry Potter. He's going back and forth.
Oh, I love Harry Potter.
Yeah, he's been in it.
Them Harry Potter books way better than the movies. Yeah.
You like the books better or the movie better?
Mm-hmm.
Like the books?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yep. See, Terrell? Good job. I love it. All right, y'all. So again, this has been Dropping Gems, where we focus on children, teachers, parents, business, and small business owners, and raising the standards and values within our culture. And guess what? Sister Colette is definitely teaching, educating, raising the standards and values. She's doing everything that Dropping Gems stands for. And I definitely appreciate this sister. My sister by nature.
Sister by nature.
I'm going to shirts too. I'm going to be
it's coming.
Yes.
They're coming. I'm starting the movement. Starting the movement. You're going to hear about it soon.
Yes, I cannot wait. I got to give me a shirt. And I'm going to get my shirts together too. So yeah, I love it. And yeah, she definitely is dropping gems. Jewels everyone must see, y'all. I love it.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I'll let y'all later. Thank y'all.